Yellowjacket women hitting the road again this week. Jordan, two more GNAC matches coming up. A couple of tough losses, but the team really rallied and played well. Came up just short in a comeback effort on Saturday. Talk about the team's second half there.
Yeah, like you said, 2-0 at halftime is hard to look at, hard to be motivated to continue playing really well the second half. However, I think the team really pulled together. We had a couple new girls come in and really brought the energy up on the team. I think Dana's goal was really a motivator. I think we were pushing really hard, had the momentum, just couldn't quite get that second goal to equalize it.
And as you mentioned, Dana Lubinecki scoring her team-leading fifth goal of the season. Talk about that play. It's something that built from the back. It was nice ball movement. Amanda Hemmon started it. Then it went to Bailey Griglio. Sarah Farris made the pass, and then she finished it. When the team's playing that way, talk about how that's exciting.
Well, from the beginning, even from preseason, our strategy has been to keep possession and build up from the back. And I think that we play the best when we continue to do that. Direct balls aren't working for us this year. And so when we build out of the back with great balls from the defense, from the center backs, Bailey Griglio hasn't seen much of a play this year, but she's always a playmaker when she gets on the field. Sarah Farris has been waiting for that perfect pass, and she did it perfectly. And, of course, Dana, she's a seasoned player. She put it right in the net.
And when you're a younger player on the team, a forward, and you see Dana scoring goals like that, where it has to be a perfect shot to get around the keeper, it hit off of the far post and went in. What's your reaction to that?
Well, first of all, I was just like, of course, it's Dana. However, it was just motivating, I think, the rest of the team to just, come on, push, 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 to get that second goal, just to at least equalize it, because we knew we could beat this team. Central's always a good opponent, but when you see Dana do something like that, you just know that the rest, other 10 out there can do the same.
And Lily Delgadillo had a big weekend goal for you, making a lot of saves. She kept you in both those games. Yeah, you didn't come out with a win, but she kept the deficit at one goal for both those matches. Talk about her performance.
Lily has been very consistent this year, whether it's just being loud in the back, communicating, and then also making some great saves. I think that just her presence back there has made a difference, and her being loud and just a threat back there has kept the deficit only to one.
And now you go on the road. The only GNAC team that you haven't played yet, St. Martin's University, coming up first on Thursday. Your thoughts on facing them?
No team in GNAC is ever an easy win or anything, so we're really just trying to look prepared. Coming off of those two losses, we'd rather have 2 wins to go up against them. However, we know that they are a beatable team, and so we're just going to work as hard as we can to prove on the road that we can still play in GNAC and get 3 points.
Well, honestly, I played my all-time high of, 49 minutes, I think it was. And just being able to get into the game and get into such a good rhythm because none of the subs really got taken out of the second half in our recent game. It was just really great to get into that rhythm with those girls. And I feel like through our game, we came back as best as we could, and we all worked really hard. And I felt like that impact of us all being in there and getting into just such a great mindset of all being connected was really awesome.
And you guys were down 2-0 at halftime. As you mentioned, really worked hard to come back. Part of that was a goal that Dana Lubinecki scored to make it 2-1. You had a big impact on that play. It built from the back, and it was your pass through to her that she dribbled into the box and scored on. Talk about that play and her goal.
This year I think we've really been focusing on build-ups and starting from the back instead of just getting it over the top, and we had really good possession at that point. And, Dana's just running in so fast like Dana always does, and I saw that pass. I played it with my left foot right into her, right behind their back line, and she hit it right on the back post. Perfect placement out of the goalie's hands, and it was a really, really good goal by us.
And so your position that you played at holding mid, you got to play right in front of the back line. Talk about some of those players, how they've helped you and been making you comfortable with Carrie Kastelic and Amanda Hemmon specifically as center backs.
Well, me and Amanda are really, really close, so any feedback she gives me, I always know that it's from the bottom of her heart. She means well. And then Carrie being a captain, I just look up to her so much. She works hard in everything she does, and this is her last season, and she really wants to make this the best season she's going to have, being a senior in her last season. And I just feel that coming from her so much that I know that I need to be in there and working hard for her just as hard as she would work for me if it was my last season.
And your thoughts on the transition to the college game, kind of your expectations of the GNAC and what it's been like so far through your experience?
Honestly, coming in, I really didn't have that many expectations. I was recruited very, very late, so I didn't really have time to get in a mindset. I think the hardest transition was honestly the preseason. 2-a-days for 2 weeks was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But once you get through it, the college game is different not only in the game you play, but with the people you're around. That 2-week preseason coming in, just you have to be so close with everyone. You have to get to know everyone on such a level that you can play so high to compete, especially in GNAC. So it's it's a really good experience.
And your thoughts on the upcoming road trip this week? It's going to be against a team that you haven't seen yet in St. Martin's, and then Seattle Pacific, who you just played this last week.
We're expecting a really good game from St. Martin's and from SPU. I honestly, this road trip is probably going to be, this is the most important road trip that we've had so far because we are in that really close placement to get into the GNAC tournament and we really want to get there. So this road trip is really important and everyone that's going knows that. And we have high expectations of ourselves for sure.